There has to be some term for when you have, not like with a foreign language where you have the same thing that has a different word in each language, but when you have the same language and the same word, but you mean two different things. Because this is what happens with the West. And this is what happens, especially with the elites and the government and so forth in the West, in that they're using words that we know, but they have different meanings for those words. So we think that they mean one thing. We interpret it according to, say, the dictionary definition of that word, but their definition that they're using in their mind and their intentions, it's a completely different meaning than the one that the people understand. That the people understand that word to mean. For example, morals, for example, values, for example, freedom, for example, justice. When we hear that, we hear the dictionary definition of those terms. But when they're saying it, they mean something completely different. And so we need to stop pretending that the Western world doesn't mean exactly what they say when, for example, they call the Israeli military the most moral army in the world. They're not confused. They're not being hypocritical. They're not actually contradicting themselves. You're the one who refuses to accept what they're actually openly telling you, if you understand what they mean when they say what they're saying. Because murdering children, bombing hospitals, targeting schools, targeting daycare centers, slaughtering pregnant women, executing the elderly, wiping out entire families, blowing apart the disabled. These are not unfortunate excesses to them. These are not regrettable mistakes to them. This is morality according to their value system. This is what they have always considered to be moral. When the victims are Muslims, when the bodies in the rubble belong to people who are not white Westerners, this is justice in their eyes. This is civilization to them. They have always built their so-called civilization on this foundation: extermination, enslavement, and subjugation. That's not history, that's policy. It's not an aberration, that's their doctrine. You keep trying to rationalize their position as if you're exposing some kind of contradiction. You're not exposing anything. You're simply refusing to accept the reality. You keep calling them hypocrites because they don't apply the same moral standards to us as they do to themselves. But what you don't understand is that they're not failing to be moral. They are applying their morality perfectly. Because to them, Palestinian children are not children. Pregnant women in Gaza are not mothers-to-be. Elderly Palestinians are not grandfathers and grandmothers who are loved by their families. They don't see us as people. And if you're not a person, then killing you is not a crime. And if it's not a crime, then stopping it is not justice. And if stopping it is not justice, then resisting it is terrorism. That's their logic. That is their morality. Understand something. The West is not contradicting itself when it says that Israel is moral. It's revealing itself. This is who they are. This is what they believe in. This is what they stand for. And this is what they have always practiced. So it's like that saying, if someone is showing you who they are, believe them. When the West says that what Israel is doing is moral, they mean it. Because that is morality according to them. So you need to just reconcile yourself with the fact that your understanding of morality is not like their understanding of morality. And when they use words like moral, like values, like justice, like freedom, and so forth, they mean something completely different than the way you and I understand it.